gonna begin at 10 a.m. If you guys can start finding your seats, and then we'll start on time. Go ahead and start finding your seats. Thank you.
See, it really needs that upper octave because it's too much repetition. See, it's supposed to sound like a sitar when you do up on octave. Between that and her pizzicato. But it'll sound better in a quiet one. How about in the muck section? The handle there. Just be ready to turn to the pop at certain states. Oh, 3 rows. Just hang a little. Yeah, red number 2.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Hello. We're gonna start in about 10 minutes. If everyone can find their seat. And if you guys can please keep this middle aisle empty, that would be great. Thank you.
too embarrassed. I didn't say anything to her. She can figure it out. Just wash my face.
Good morning. We're going to start in a couple minutes. If everyone can find their seat, we're going to get started in a few minutes. Thank you.
I can't help but just smile and be so excited. Good morning, everyone. Graduates, family, friends, faculty, and honored guests. On behalf of the Board of Directors, faculty, and administration of Lincoln Law School of Sacramento, it is my true privilege to welcome you to the school's 53rd commencement ceremony. I am Philomena Jurashek, Professor and Dean of Lincoln Law School, and today is a day of celebration, of reflection, and most importantly, of recognition for what you, our graduates, have accomplished. To you, the Lincoln class of 2025, you did it! I was thinking back 4 years ago at orientation. I stood before you and I said something that's probably been repeated often since then. I said, law school is a marathon, not a sprint. At that time, it might have sounded just like another metaphor, one more thing on top of all of the many introductions. But now, after late nights, lots of case briefs and outlines, unexpected life changes, and countless miles of hard work, you've crossed that finish line. You're here. Earning a law degree is never easy. What makes your journey extraordinary is not just the classes that you took or the exams you passed. It is something else that you carried along with you. Of the 41 graduates sitting here today, many of you were not just students. You were employees, partners, parents, caregivers, and community leaders. Many of you juggled demanding jobs, some full-time, families, lots of little kids, while also attending night classes, managing deadlines, and commuting. You studied in cars, on lunch breaks, after putting kids to bed. You pushed through exhaustion, uncertainty, and moments when that finish line felt impossibly far away. 7 of you had children during your time in law school. 8 babies were born into families with parents studying case law, constitutional theory, while also changing diapers and warming bottles, late nights or no sleep. But you remind us that the most meaningful accomplishments often comes with the most personal sacrifice. Through all of this, your class has shown what real commitment looks like. You've proven that a law degree is not just an academic achievement. It is a test of resilience, character, and heart. And so today, we honor your academic accomplishments. We also celebrate the deep qualities that brought you here: perseverance, empathy, humility, and grit. As you leave here today and begin your legal careers, whether in public service, private practice, policy, or something else, remember that that same persistence that got you through law school will serve you in every courtroom, every client meeting, and in every community you step into. Once again, on behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the entire Lincoln Law School community and family, we are proud to call you graduates. You have earned not just your JD, but the deep respect of everyone who has witnessed your journey. So once again, law school is a marathon, and today, you finished strong. Okay, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that next run, right? That next race just ahead, the bar exam. I know. It feels daunting, but I have confidence that you've already proven to yourself and to others that you've got what it takes to make it. Prepare in the same focus and determination that brought you here today, and trust that you are ready. Congratulations, class of 2025. Now we begin some traditions that are just wonderful. We always honor our valedictorian, the student with the highest grade point average, and our salutatorian, the student with the second highest grade point average. And both of those individuals will speak in a few moments. But we also give special recognition to students who have demonstrated academic excellence by ranking 3rd, 4th, and 5th in class standing. So please come forward when I call your name. Alexander Barrero. Michael Bradley. Galena Doris. Our next speaker is the salutatorian, Andrew Reyes. Salutatorian is an academic title given to the second highest ranking student in the graduating class. And traditionally, they present the salutatory or the welcome address. Let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Reyes. He earned his Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice from California State University, Sacramento. And while at Lincoln, he was on the dean's list and received the highest grade in 6 of his courses. He and his wife, also a graduate, had 3 children during the 4 years, and the last 2 were a set of twins born last month. Please help me welcoming and congratulating salutatorian Carlos Reyes.
All right, time to get to work, like Professor Gold used to say. Good morning, family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. It is my pleasure with such honor to be standing up here speaking to all of you today as a salutatorian for Lincoln Law School, class of 2025. I am deeply humbled and beyond appreciative to have been given this title. Salutatorian is much more than being the second highest ranking in school. It is a representation of all of us and the cumulative effort forward to finish. It is also a representation of a warm welcome to those here now and those coming after us to be just as successful. So I warmly welcome all of you here today during this ceremony, with a special warm welcome to Chief Justice Patricia Guerrero, who is our graduation speaker this year. What a great honor, and let me say thank you for being here today for all of us. My fellow graduates, what a tremendous journey we have all been on, a tremendous journey worthy of a salute, a tremendous journey that we take off our shoulders and faithfully place on the shoulders of the future students here at Lincoln Law School. Being understood as a tremendous journey is as it should be, for our success is not simply a measurement of completing law school courses. No, our success is expanded by many, if not all, the graduate stories which were filled with external pressures, such as children, jobs, husbands, wives, and other commitments not of law school, especially fear of failure. As my fellow graduate, Adam Saldana, told me, if you're scared, just do it scared, because you will come to realize there are more important things in life than fear. That is courage. It is in you. Let me be the first to say, it was a lot of work and effort. The type of work and effort that makes you question everything about your life and whether you're sane or insane for doing this. I think secretly we all are still trying to figure that part out as we sit here today. As fellow graduate Taylor Miles once said to me, it always seems impossible until it's done. Perhaps many of you, like me, question this new law school reality you chose 4 years ago at the time also. As we look back, it seems so foreign, yet now we sleep comfortably within our dreams. Of course, the occasional nightmares of Paul's Graph v. Long Island Railroad, Miranda v. Arizona, or International Shoe Company versus Washington. Just a few, but as we remember and look back, the cases we thought were monsters are not our friends. So please remember where you came from and how it all began. For it is your story, and the beginning of law school was the beginning of tremendous growth for each of you. I guess fellow graduate Michael Bradley got it right when he told me throughout the 4 years, slow and steady, no need to worry. I guess I didn't really listen to that one since apparently, according to him, 2 minutes is my mark. With 1 medical retirement, 1 spinal fusion, and with 3 law school babies. Anyways, nobody really listens to pretty boys, I guess. Fellow graduates, this growth obtained is who you are now. That wouldn't be possible without each of you studying, participating, and fighting for success each day until the end. First, a salute to those who participated and contributed as reviewers for Friday Night Review. I personally believe you cannot truly learn something to the fullest without teaching it to others. I hope through the years we have provided an easier path of success by sharing our knowledge. Next, a salute to those who participated in the various associations on campus. SBA, APALSA, Vordeer, Lambda, BOLSA, Women's Justice Society, Delta Theta Phi, and bar representatives. I also believe that sometimes being alone is necessary, but one cannot fully realize their true success without getting help from your comrades. As fellow graduate Angela Valenzuela once told me, have a strong support system to get you through the tough times, because there will be tough times. Next, a salute to all the professors we have had the pleasure to meet and learn from. I believe you must look to those who have come before you. They have failed and succeeded and can provide the necessary tools for success. Lastly, a salute to Dean Yuroshek, who started with us and helped mold us. There must be a leader who can see beyond what we can see, the finish line, to remind us it is attainable. Finishing law school was filled with so many more connections than just our connections to case briefs. As my wife and fellow graduate Kelly Ray has told me before, you can do anything you set your mind to. The hardest part is showing up for yourself. With that, where do we go from here? We look to the next tremendous journey. That is conquering the California bar examination. We must be honest with ourselves. The journey will not be fun. It will not be easy. It will take every ounce of our determination to see it through. We owe it to our friends who have been there for us. We owe it to our professors who believe in us. We owe it to our family who love and support us. Above all else, we owe it to ourselves for the sacrifices we have made. As my fellow graduate Taylor Magaziner told me, remember your why. Your why is exactly why you will succeed. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience. And thank you to each and every one of you for being here today in support of us all. To all the graduates, I acknowledge you with high regard and respect for the things you pursued and accomplished, even beyond finishing law school. In the great words of Professor Gold, finish the race. So let the ceremony continue, and let's have a wonderful day.
That's the heart, the grit, the perseverance. And speaking of that, it is now my great honor to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker, California Supreme Court Chief Justice Patricia Guerrero. Chief Justice Guerrero is a trailblazer, a dedicated public servant, and the true champion of justice. As the 29th Chief Justice of California and the first Latina to serve in that role, she brings not only exceptional legal experience, but also a powerful personal story that resonates with many of our graduates. The daughter of Mexican immigrants and a first-generation college and law school graduate. Sorry. Chief Guerrero understands firsthand the determination, the resilience, and the sacrifice that defines so many of your journey to legal profession. Her path to the highest court in our state is a testament to what's possible when talent meets opportunity and when barriers are met with courage. At Lincoln, where so many of our graduates, you, are also first-generation students, working parents, and children of immigrants, her story is not only inspiring, but it's deeply personal and profoundly relevant. Please join me in welcoming extraordinary jurist and a role model for all of us, Chief Justice Patricia Guerrero.
Good morning, everybody. I'm so honored and grateful to be here. Thank you so much for that kind introduction, Dean Yarochek. It comes from the heart, and I do relate to each and every one of you, so thank you. Distinguished faculty, administration, staff, and alumni, thank you for inviting me to celebrate this special day with all of you. Congratulations to the amazing Lincoln Law School graduating class of 2025. It sounds pretty good. What an incredible accomplishment, and we're all so proud of you. And we know that you could not be here without all of the people who have loved and supported you along the way. This day is as much about them as it is about you. You know, they helped make this day possible, and they also deserve a huge round of applause. I've been looking forward to speaking with you since one of your distinguished alumni and member of your school's admissions committee invited me, also Justice Earle, a member of the Court of Appeal. She explained to me that it would be during Mother's Day weekend, which just added to the pressure. Now, I'm pleased to be here with you to celebrate, and to tell you the truth, I acknowledge and actually find some comfort in knowing that it may not make one bit of difference who really is up here speaking to you. At least I speak from experience. I remember my law school graduation well, but I remember nothing about what our commencement speaker said. No offense to the wonderful professor who spoke. What I remember most vividly are the feelings I had during the graduation ceremony. So I wanted to focus on that because perhaps some of you are experiencing similar things. I remember being both anxious and excited. I was excited about starting my legal career. I was thrilled to be joining a top law firm doing sophisticated legal work with talented, bright attorneys, and to be joining a firm that was committed to doing pro bono work and training and mentoring attorneys, which is critical to the success of all young attorneys. And I was looking forward to paying off my student debt. I was also a little worried. I never knew any lawyers or judges growing up. As a first-generation college student and then law student, it can be very challenging trying to navigate through unknown and unfamiliar paths with little guidance and feeling like you really have nobody to talk to about it. Somebody recently asked me if I have ever experienced feelings of self-doubt. My honest answer is there has never been a time that I didn't feel some lingering self-doubt. I don't think it's uncommon, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. In fact, I would find it more unusual to walk into every new job and every new challenge thinking this is going to be a piece of cake. I don't recommend that. What's important, however, is not to let your self-doubt consume you. The only thing that I have found to counteract self-doubt, and the only way to gain self-confidence, I believe, is to work hard and to be well prepared and to believe in yourself. You should know that you already have a solid foundation for overcoming feelings of self-doubt as a result of the knowledge, training, and preparation that you have gained through your time here at Lincoln. The law school has committed itself to creating an academic atmosphere with intellectual rigor, combined with a supportive and collaborative community. You've had the benefit of learning from distinguished faculty who have engaged you, I hope, I expect, in lively conversations, debate, with diverse exchanges of various viewpoints, with collegiality, I hope. And I would encourage you, as the staff here has, to remember that strong environment of respect and support. They've offered you guidance along the way, and I would encourage you to continue to build on the lessons that they have imparted. Remember and be inspired by the feelings of excitement you're feeling now, and to not be derailed by any feelings of self-doubt you experience throughout your life and legal career. Instead, harness those feelings and transform them into self-confidence without arrogance, because we have enough of that in the legal profession. Trust in yourself and remember that you have the ability to succeed, even if your path is not an easy one. In fact, as your dean mentioned, many of you have already succeeded in ways that few can. You've already overcome obstacles, many of you by working full-time and going to law school. You've had family along the way, 7. I don't know how you do it with so many kids. In some cases, caring for children or family or both. And in all cases, tirelessly juggling multiple responsibilities. That will serve you well in the future. The second thing I remember during my graduation was an incredible sense of gratitude. When my parents came to this country from Mexico, like so many others here, they sacrificed and they struggled so that my sister and I could have a better life and options for success that were not available to them. They taught us that anything is possible with hard work and perseverance, combined with an education and equal opportunities. And they taught us that there is more to life than material possessions, that it is important to help others in ways both big and small. I don't think that they could have exactly imagined the extent of the opportunities that would be made available as a result of their sacrifices, allowing me to stand here and honored to serve in my third year as Chief Justice of California. But the same thing is true today, as was true when I graduated from law school, yes, in 1997. I would not be here today without them. I know that I stand on their shoulders, and I'm humbled to serve in this capacity as a reflection of their work and their sacrifices. It's emotional for me too, as I spoke to my father today in the morning, so I know how you're all feeling. And I know many of you feel the same gratitude in your hearts towards your families and loved ones, as I did that day. Remember the lessons they taught you. Remember that nobody gets here alone, and remember that they will always be a part of your journey, even when they are not physically present by your side. The remaining thing that stands out from my graduation ceremony is the sense of connection that I felt with the other special people in my life who were there to support me. My sister and my lifelong friends from the Imperial Valley. Anyone heard of it? Too far from here? Including my now husband, although he may not have known about it, I feel like I knew that he would be my future husband. You may have similar people present here, or if they could not attend, cheering you on from afar. These are the people that know you best, the ones that put up with you when few others would, when you're talking about international shoe and some of these other cases. As I have traveled throughout the state in my role as Chief Justice, talking to law school students and new attorneys, I have found that many seem to be searching for those connections and a sense of belonging. The practice of law can sometimes be lonely and isolating at times. Nurture these relationships. Rely on these special people in your life who have grounded you and inspired you, and you will find the strength to get through the challenges you will encounter as you embark on this exciting new stage of your journey. This journey is a special one. I want to thank each of you for choosing to devote your energy and your talent to joining the legal profession. It is a noble profession with a rich history and one that needs your fresh views to continue to advance the cause of justice. The road ahead will not be easy. You will need to continue to grapple with the long-standing justice gap, which disproportionately affects marginalized communities. We have low-income Californians receiving inadequate or no legal services for 85% of their legal problems in civil cases. Your legal degrees give you the power now and the responsibility to do something about these and other challenges. You are also graduating at a difficult time when we are seeing, unfortunately, unprecedented attacks not only on the judiciary, but also on educational institutions and the legal profession as a whole. As judges, we often speak of the importance of maintaining the independence of the judiciary, but there is another important component to that. The judiciary relies on zealous advocates like all of you in order to remain vigilant in fulfilling our role to uphold the rule of law. That is why attacks on the legal profession's independence cannot be countenanced. Neither can efforts to create an atmosphere of intimidation within the legal community. You must remain free to represent your future clients, large and small, rich and poor, powerful and powerless, in criminal and civil proceedings, all without fear of retribution. We must protect your ability to zealously advocate for whomever you choose to represent. That includes the right to represent disfavored views and clients and to take on high-profile matters against the government. I encourage you to remain committed to upholding these principles throughout your careers. We all have a collective obligation to protect the independence and integrity of the legal profession, and by extension, the rule of law. Now that you have your law degrees, these are no longer abstract academic matters for discussion. You now have a more concrete, solemn responsibility to uphold. Our society will look to you as future leaders, as protectors of the rule of law, as advocates for the most vulnerable, as the voice for all those seeking justice. I'm confident that you will remain steadfast in your commitment to enrich the world, advance the cause of justice, and uphold and protect the rule of law. Graduates, my hope for you is that you will always remember the excitement, gratitude, and sense of connection that you feel today. Keep alive the goals and values that motivated you to go to law school, the why you went to law school. Keep alive the dreams that have brought you and your families here today. I'm excited to see where your paths will lead you and what your future holds as you contribute in your own way to the faith and trust in our legal profession and the judicial system that is so important to our democracy. Thank you for letting me share in your special day.
Just taking a few seconds to take in all the emotions that I see in your faces. As Chief Justice Guerrero said, that is the one thing you will remember years after your graduation. You won't remember any specifics, but you truly will remember those feelings. Our next award sort of continues to speak to the heart of our school, the Alumnus of the Year. This honor is given to a graduate who embodies the spirit of hope, service, and inspiration for our graduating class. This year's recipient not only excels in his professional life, but has chosen to bring his talents back to Lincoln, teaching and shaping the next generation with compassion and commitments. Always among the first to volunteer, whether for committees, events, or mentoring, he leads by example and reminds us all of the power of giving back. It is my great pleasure to recognize as Alumnus of the Year, the Honorable Heath Langle, Sacramento County Court Commissioner and Lincoln Law School. No, it's okay. You're just gonna have to stand there. Class of 2005. I have a few other remarks to describe him, but I'm going to give my time to him. I do want to say one thing specifically. When he became commissioner, he saw a need with the docket. He saw a wonderful group of students, Lincoln students, and he said, wow, these two align and can help each other. And so he created the Guardianship Assistance Program, initially created for Lincoln Law students, but it has been so successful that it has expanded to other law schools. And this program allows students to volunteer under supervision to assist pro se litigants in navigating those complexities of probate court. His dedicated and unwavering support make him a cornerstone of Lincoln.
think I can make this work. Can everybody hear me okay? First, I don't know how you follow that or the Chief Justice's speech. If you're going to forget a speech, it's going to be mine. So, as a 2005 graduate of Lincoln Law School, I'm honored to be named Alumnus of the Year. Class of 2025, I know what you all want to be, but I think there's something else you have to consider is how you want to be. You have hundreds of options. You can be energetic, you can be kind, you can be a leader, you can be a follower, you can be optimistic, you can be patient, you can be overwhelmed, you can be resilient, you can be healthy, and you can be present. I chose to be useful. It's a personal mantra I adopted from my favorite rock band, U2. The band's philosophy is like, why have a position of influence if you can't do something good with it? I want to take advantage of being in such a position to give somebody else an opportunity that they might not other have, to faithfully serve other people in this community, in this world, because if they succeed, we succeed. In the context of my legal career, being useful means sharing my experience as a law student, a bar passer, an attorney, and now as a judicial officer. I teach at Lincoln Law School because I struggled in law school. But with the help of the professors and my classmates, like my fellow classmate Ray Rouse, class of 2005 valedictorian, the light bulb came on. My goal is to help flip that switch for all of our students. I get to do that by working with an amazing group of people. And whether it's a meeting, whether it's a committee, whether we're just sharing ideas, we get to facilitate and build on the success of this amazing law school. As a commissioner, I get to bring students into the court to give them access to the inner workings of the judicial system and to provide opportunities for valuable experience. Since I've been on the bench, I've participated in Lincoln Law School's Judicial Mentor-Mentee program, established by distinguished alum Justice Lori Earle, and currently run by another fantastic alum, Judge Tammy Bogert. This year I was fortunate enough to have Maureen Goldie as my judicial mentee. Maureen and I have known each other for a few years. We used to work at the same law firm. I was super happy when we were paired this semester, and I just want to thank you for your time and collaboration. I've also been lucky to have judicial externships where I can actually bring in a single student and have more interaction, showing kind of the inner workings or behind the curtain scenes of our court system. One of the types of cases that I see on a regular basis every week are guardianships. Guardianships are extremely difficult. Most of the parties that I see are self-represented, meaning that they do not have attorneys, and they have a difficult time navigating this form-intensive process. As Dean Yurishek said, last year the court implemented, I did not. It was a collaborative effort. I'd love to take credit for it, but it was a collaborative effort to create the Guardianship Assistance Program with the idea of having law students come in and help these self-represented parties complete the process. So this year, the program was initially made up of Lincoln Law School students. I want to specifically thank Tamika Christie. I'm going to be official. And Mr. Robert Moreno. Two of my earlier initial volunteers that helped launch this program and make it successful. Their input and now all of our volunteers have been such a service to the court and to the public. As an alumnus, I get to help our alumni make great connections. And I want this to sink in. In a few minutes, matter of moments, you will all be alumni. I encourage each graduate to be an active part of our alumni association and stay connected with the school and with each other. The things you've learned and the experiences you've had will help other students here at Lincoln Law School. In closing, and this class will particularly get it because they know I'm a movie buff. In closing, I'd like to borrow an idea from a late 1980s movie. Whatever it is that you choose to be, there's one thing that I think you can be, and actually everybody in this room can be today, and that's to be excellent to each other. Graduates, congratulations, and thank you.
The Scholastic Achievement Awards. Oh, okay, it's not too bad. It's a little high. The Scholastic Achievement Award is a special recognition given to the student who earns the highest grade in individual law courses. So please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Sarah Anderson, Business Associations, Remedies, and Wills and Trusts. I guarantee I will pause before the next name so that you could hear all of the many classes that they received these. James Clark, Constitutional Law, Contracts, Evidence, Laws in the Judicial System, and Wills and Trusts. Angel Cleveland, Taxation. Galena Doris, Community Property. Alexander Lorero, Civil Procedure and Torts. Radhika Mishra, Criminal Procedure and Remedies. Colleen Orange, Family Law. Ray Marie Osborne, Introduction to Legal Studies. Carlos Reyes, Advanced Professional Responsibility, Evidence, Real Property, Remedies, Torts, and Wills and Trusts. Kelly Reyes, Remedies. Kimberly Robinson, Legal Research and Writing. Adam Saldana, Criminal Law. Congratulations to you, outstanding students. The next award is the Moot Court Award, and it will be presented by Professor Aaron Doring.
Hello, Moot Court. Good to see you again. I heard that. Just a few short summers ago, each of you had the opportunity to try your hand at persuasive advocacy in Moot Court. This was no easy task. You had only 6 weeks to figure out whether the evidence found in Mr. Sharp's vehicle should have been suppressed and whether his detention was unduly prolonged. Remember that? We had some interesting and fun ways of figuring that out together. Jasmine, of course, had her crystals up at the podium. Same. David used mini bottles of Jägermeister to prove his point at oral argument, very persuasive. And Mike and Taylor unilaterally decided that Google Earth was preferable to the record on appeal. But all of you took your jobs as advocates very seriously, and each of you should be incredibly proud of your accomplishments. But right now, I want to recognize the students who showed exceptional skills in the area of appellate advocacy. And I'm going to start with a student who excelled at persuasive writing, argument structure, and citations. Her brief was concise, accurate, and compelling. This year's award winner for Best Brief is Angela Valenzuela. This next student belongs at the podium. His understanding of criminal procedure and mandatory authority, coupled with his persuasive but deferential tone at oral argument, was second to none. Our best oral advocate for the class of 2025 is Mike Bradley. Our next award winner is a student who proved himself to be a master of all trades. His brief was spot on, and his rebuttal argument was a mic drop moment. If you see him in court, you definitely want to bring your A game. Please join me in congratulating the award winner for Best Overall, Kane Slupski McNally. Next, we have the all-star team for the people of the state of California. This duo had it all: facts, cases, record citations, and excellent responses to the questions from the bench. Their cohesive approach to the case was seamless, persuasive, and a pleasure to watch. Our best appellants team winners are Taylor Magaziner and Frank Fernandez. Our final award winner is a graduate who demonstrated immense strength in both legal writing and oral advocacy. His presentation of the case, along with his co-counsel, who's already graduated, was comprehensively incredibly well done. He also wore the best Hawaiian shirts each week to class. Please join me in congratulating one half of the Best Respondents team, Jim Clark. Congratulations, everyone.
The next awards for trial advocacy are presented by the Honorable Amy Holliday and the Honorable Garen Horse.
Good morning. morning and congratulations to all of our graduates. We're so excited for you today. My name is Amy Holliday, and along with my co-professor, Judge Garen Horst, we have the pleasure of teaching trial advocacy. Now, trial advocacy is a different class from others because it's a class that is what is known as a practical. We don't just teach, we lead by example, and then the students learn the various components of a trial. They work in teams together. They're assigned to either the prosecution team or the defense, and at the end of the semester, they put on an entire trial. This year, there was the trial of Adolf Weber, who was accused of murdering his entire family in Auburn in the early 1900s. Our students put their own spin on the trial that occurred in the very same courthouse over 100 years prior to the time that they did their trials. The recipients of the award for the best prosecution team this year goes to a group of students who are tenacious. They set their sights on being the best early on. They were willing to outwork everyone else and left no stone unturned in their preparation and execution of a thorough and masterful exhibition of what a skillful prosecutor should be. They often sought our advice to fine-tune their skills early on in the process, well in advance of the final exam. It was an impressive start to the trial as Angela Valenzuela stood in front of the jury with no notes, making direct eye contact, and set up a master plan for the prosecution by comparing the defendant's actions to a game of chess, always staying a step ahead or more to plan out his actions and avoid detection. She used powerful images of the murdered family members through a PowerPoint presentation as she wove the story together that the case that the prosecution intended to put forth. Next up was Taylor Magaziner with a very thoughtful and thorough direct examination of Sheriff Kima, played by the part of former Sheriff John McGinnis. Taylor had been dropping hints for weeks prior to the trial about the true identity of the witness, trying to pique my interest in what was going to happen. The volume of information this witness had can be overwhelming. The direct examination was well structured and very well executed. Taylor continued to show off his significant improvement by delivering the closing argument for the prosecution. And Judge Horst wrote, "Wow, Taylor, you have come a long way. I appreciate that you are always striving to improve. Your content and delivery was solid," a solid compliment. Not to be outdone by his teammates, Michael Bradley expertly handled the direct and cross-examinations of several witnesses. His calm and direct style led multiple witnesses down the path of near self-destruction. This included a skillful direct examination of the defendant himself, a witness that most defense teams chose not to call. Michael had the defendant talking about his skill in the game of chess, which directly went to the theme and theory used by this team. Adolf wasn't prepared for Michael's chess moves and lost several pawns during the cross-examination. We are so very proud of this team. They exhibited grit and tenacity that went above and beyond our expectations. It was a pleasure to witness. The Trial Advocacy Award for the Best Prosecution Team goes to the trio of Angela Valenzuela, Michael Bradley, and Taylor Magaziner.
So as we were preparing to enter the hallway and this place, and we're looking up at all of you, I was talking to Judge Holliday, and we were commenting how you guys were kind of a slow burn for us. We start the semester and all these questions, what is going on? I thought our instructions were clear enough. Tell you what, after the semester, right now, you have all burned a place in our heart. But, no, and in all honesty, Mike got it right last night. You guys are an eclectic, diverse group that has come together. I am inspired by your sacrifice, your resilience, and your commitment. So, congratulations to all of you. So, of course, I have to go back to the days of Lincoln, or the alma mater. So back in those days, most lawyers were showmen. The courtroom was their stage. And really, for a lot of people, the public, that was the place to go to the movies, was to see what's going on in the courthouse. These two recipients of the Best Defense Team certainly could bring drama and humor into the courtroom. But it was always backed up with strategic planning and a command of the facts. They also knew how to channel Abe Lincoln, who was not a showman, but instead used his folksy approach to reason with jurors and gain their respect. These two advocates are master storytellers who were able to present a compelling and believable case against worthy adversaries. They immersed themselves in the defense of Adolph Weber, getting intel and conducting recon in Old Town Auburn on their own time. David, your cross of sheriff, none other than the former sheriff, John McGinnis, was thoughtful and thorough. And Jim, you adapted well to your cross on Dr. Rooney, one of the only trials in which they had him as a witness. You were able to turn around his opinions to help the defendant's case. David's opening really was like live theater at its best. It was entertaining, engaging, provocative. You spoke without notes, effectively using PowerPoint, and really left the listener wanting more. Jim's closing, and I'll quote from Judge Holliday this time. This was one of the best closings that I have seen in my 4 years of teaching this class. You had a clear vision, you executed it flawlessly. The use of demonstrative evidence during your closing was fantastic and really enhanced your argument. Very impressive. The Trial Advocacy Award for Best Defense Team goes to the dynamic duo of David Panzik and Jim Clark.
It is a long-standing tradition of Lincoln Law School for the graduating class to vote for a faculty member who they believe best exemplifies teaching excellence, career inspiration, and personal dedication to the success of the students and the school. The graduating SBA President, Radhika Mishra, will present the 2025 Professor of the Year Award.
not getting the award, but thank you. Again, thank you, everyone, and good morning to everyone. My name is Radhika Mishra, and it is a privilege to be able to present this award. Before I present the award, I like to amplify that being a professor is not easy. All the adversity students face, professors face as well. You taught us how to read the law, you taught us how to write the law, understand the law, which is an entirely different language, and how to speak in court and carry ourselves in court. And that's not easy. It's not easy at all. A couple of the professors also retired after teaching our class. That's why we chose, the professor of the year that we chose this year is someone who taught outside the box. He really did make the end of the week feel like the best part of the week. It was like a ray of sunshine on a gloomy week. It was a very difficult subject, yet you taught with enthusiasm, with kindness, with passion. You were creative, so creative, that I was able to add a new movie to my must-watch list after every class. Thank you for being approachable. Thank you for taking the time to discuss difficult concepts. And thank you for being a great person overall. Congratulations, Judge Fiorini.
Absolutely. Look at you guys. Oh my gosh. So thank you. It seems like yesterday that we were deciding if the song Every Breath You Take was admissible in Sting's stalking trial. I don't know if you've decided that or not, but congratulations to you all today. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for awarding me what I'd like to call now the Curtis M. Fiorini Professor of the Year Award. On this Mother's Day, I want to wish all the mothers here, not today, but tomorrow, a very happy Mother's Day. We've had some new moms. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. And as you heard, we've had some new moms, even in third year. Kelly Reyes, her husband Carlos, as you heard, not only had their first baby, Jordan, in third year, after being in labor all day on Labor Day. But then they had twins, Jackson Cole and Jace Thomas, in their fourth year. Overachievers. I only had one kid in law school. You two must not have had enough on your plate with work and school and everything. So Sarah Anderson had her first boy, Levi, in October. Brittany Coleman, she accepted 4 children in foster care, 1 child each year of school. And Brittany, I remember you emailed me one night telling me you were going to miss class because one of the babies was in the PICU and everything turned out good, so I'm glad the little one's doing well. But you had all that going on in your life and you still got an A in my class. So you're inspiring. You truly are special. And not to be outdone, the guys did contribute. Craig Branson, welcome to baby boy, Callum in third year. After having their daughter Isla in 1L, Taylor Magaziner, part of that back row group, you guys. Right. That's actually where I sat in law school too, so I would have been with you. Taylor welcomed the daughter Scotland in 3L while already having a 3-year-old son, Finnegan, at home. Jordan Brown just had his baby boy Xavier with his wife just before 2L. You are a very reproductive group. And many of you at the time were already awesome parents. You have incredible spouses, loved ones at home who helped your dream come true today because of their support, encouragement, and dedication. Your families are all so important to all of you, I know that. And in true Fiorini fashion, I may overshare a little here. In fact, not only did you learn new law in class, but we also created new law. Remember the professor-student privilege? So I could tell you all those stories that remain confidential in our classroom. I'm the holder, so no waiving of those privileges, guys. And then today I figured
as the Chief Justice said, no one really remembers the graduation speeches anyway, so what the heck. I know I would not be here today if it wasn't for my wife, Gina. Why you guys, you've been crying all day and getting me all emotional. She's here. We have 2 grown sons together. We're going to be married 34 years this summer. We're starting to get like 2nd and 3rd place at those wedding reception dances, well, who's been married the longest, so it's getting kind of scary. And I remember after getting accepted to law school, we talk about having doubts. We went to San Diego to tour the school and check it out, and I was so intimidated. I told her, I can't do this. I mean, competing with all those smart people, there's no way. But she encouraged me, she gave me confidence. Then after my first exam, torts, I freaked out, panicked. I came home, I told her, I flunked. We might as well just pack up now and go home and just end it. But again, she encouraged me and gave me the confidence. When I talked about wanting to be a judge, I always concluded with, no way. I mean, who am I? But I never thought I could apply for it or let alone get appointed. But she convinced me, she encouraged me. She gave me the confidence that I needed every step of the way. So Gina, you're my life. I love you. Thank you. So I share this part of me with you to let you know I know exactly how you felt when you thought of giving up and when you thought that you couldn't do it. And you may not have been here, right here today, if it weren't for all the people here today that love you and care for you and support you, your family and your friends. And I feel that, you know, speaking of family, I feel like we all became a family. Like you're my extended family. We got to know one another really well. My fellow rocker, Dave Pansick. Don't worry, Dave, your nickname's safe with me, buddy. You were all counsels to me. My front row rocks, Rodica, Bobby Moreno. I especially needed Bobby's help, getting me through all my devastating Dallas Cowboy losses. It's a tough season, and I don't think it's getting any better, so Bobby, please stay in touch. I'm gonna need you, buddy, okay? Okay. You all also helped me be a better teacher, even in sharing suggested video clips. Angel Cleveland, your family, big Bob's Burgers fans. We're using those, thanks for the clips. Tanya Toma, I used that Brooklyn Nine-Nine clip. Yeah. Best lesson for prior identification, hearsay exception. Oh, and Tanya, happy birthday. Yeah. And happy birthday month. You guys celebrate the whole month. Maureen Goldie, did you ever get that perfect attendance? I know you were trying so hard for it. You've never missed a class ever, even before Lincoln. Kane Slepsky McNally, thank you for teaching Friday Night Review. That guy's got some mad PowerPoint skills, I tell you. And then visiting with you guys after class, breaking down whatever was happening that week. Michelle Cogswell, Ray Marie Osborne, Kimberly Robinson, Angela Valenzuela. You never gave up, Angela. Way to go. Galena Doris, setting up study groups. Frank Fernandez, that injury to your eye, man, that was brutal. So I'm glad you're okay. Such an incredible family man right there, Frank is. Allison Mason, you were always smiling when I walked into class, always. You always got me pumped up to teach after an already long day. Zoki, always so quiet in class and then just killed it on the exams. Same with Jordan Humphrey, just sitting there, taking it all in, and then nailing the exams. James Clark, Carlos Reyes, getting the highest grade, a tie. I never had a tie. I tried to break the tie. I didn't know who you were, that's anonymous, but I'm reading the exams over and over several times, and I couldn't break the tie. They were both so awesome. So congratulations to you, and congratulations, James, for being valedictorian. You also had such busy lives when I was getting to know you. Michael Bradley headed off to Norway to support your daughter in the Youth Olympic Games. That was cool. Yes. And great speech last night, by the way. Rodica, Angel, Tamikia, Christie, Colleen Orange, my fellow Central Valley resident. You all don't know how much joy it brought me seeing you around the courthouse, working as interns for the public defender and the district attorney. That was really cool. Jasmine Santa Cruz, congratulations on your award last night. Jasmine and I, we became email buddies, and I really enjoyed your nice emails and getting to know you better. It truly meant a lot. Karina Gonzalez, I remember how worried you were after the midterm, and you didn't let it deter you. You worked hard, you were determined, and you did fantastic on the final. I never had a doubt. You did great. Thank you. And Emma Donnelly, I had no idea what you've overcome until I read your story in the school magazine last night. That's fantastic. So you're amazing. Congratulations to you. Thank you. An honor to hear. I hope our chats after class were helpful, and I'm sorry I always mispronounce your name throughout the whole year, going back and forth. You all worked so hard. Marina Carpio Ramirez, Ryan Murphy, Rocio Pantoa, Brittany Sullivan, you guys. And Brittany, your little kids are so cute last night. Oh my gosh, adorable. Tanya Stefano, you always listened so intently, so eager to learn. Adam Saldana, just always cool and quiet. Respect, buddy. Alexander Luero, you didn't know this, but when I was trying to make a point, I'd look over to you, and when I saw your head nodding, I'd be like, okay, I did it. We're good, we can move on. Move on. And Alessandro Valero, don't think I didn't notice you clutching your evidence textbook in that class roster photo. So that's true love. Taylor Miles, we've become good friends and during your law school journey, and I know how special this day is for you and your family. I'm so happy for you. You're awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. And finally, Lauren Stokes, you were crying when we first sat down. Lauren, I loved our chats too, and hearing about your grandfather, a real-life Top Gun fighter pilot. I mean, wow, I still have that book that I read. I gotta get that book back to you. But remembering about your grandfather, it made me think, I'm a lot like Tom Cruise in Top Gun Maverick, right? Right? Not me, but in that I'm teaching the best of the best, the elite. Law school is hard. It takes dedication, skill, and perseverance. Most people can't do it, and you did it with everything else going on in your lives. Working full-time, raising families, I don't know how you do it. I taught one night a week and I'm exhausted. You were there 3 to 4 times a week and had finals and midterms and homework. It was crazy. So like Top Gun pilots, you are elite students. You are the best of the best. So I looked up a little bit. Top Gun exists to develop and teach advanced fighter tactics. You've learned advanced fighter tactics for the courtroom. Like missiles and guns, you now have the arsenal that you need to win your battle in the courtroom. But beyond my class, you were taught by the best of the best here at Lincoln in all your subjects, even contracts with Ray Rouse. So Top Gun instructors are experienced. They're highly skilled Navy pilots who have successfully completed the program. This faculty on this stage are experienced, highly skilled lawyers and judges. And as much as I joke and tease, they really are the best of the best, and I'm honored to be a part of their team. Thank you. So the class of 2025 today marks the beginning of another journey for all of you into the practice of law. You are joining a profession dedicated to helping people. Your life will forever change after today. You will no longer be that student working all day, going to class at night, studying on the weekends, sacrificing time with family and friends. You will become lawyers, attorneys at law, counselors. Your accomplishment is inspiring to all of us, and I'm kind of jealous of you being at the beginning of your excited new career right now. So to wrap it up, I just want to want you to remember always that the law is fluid. It's ever-changing. It's dynamic. It requires you to never stop learning. So as you transfer from a law student to a lawyer, you should never stop thinking critically about the law. As lawyers, people come to you, sometimes during their darkest days, for help. and you will have daily opportunities to affect people in their lives. Even cases that seem small or of little consequence or not. Albert Einstein once said, and he's a pretty smart guy, quote, "In matters of truth and justice, there is no difference between large and small problems. For issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same. Whether you perceive the problems before you to be small or big, they loom all important for the people involved." So class of 2025, also remember that with your new role comes new responsibilities. The responsibility to make our community and our country better, to work hard and with commitment. The responsibility to always conduct yourselves with integrity and to make us all proud. So take chances, seize those opportunities, basically go for it. You've made this dream come true, and there are more to come. So congratulations to my family, the class of 2025. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Judge Fiorini. It really is a family. All of the individual students, all of their lives, sharing. For you, 3 nights a week. For individual faculty, 1 night a week. And he's right. I don't know how you guys do it. How you did it. You don't have to do it anymore. So the valedictorian, James Clark, is going to be speaking next. And valedictorian is the academic title conferred on the highest ranking student in the graduating class. Historically, valedictorian is the final speaker of the graduation ceremony as the final farewell to the students. Mr. Clark earned a bachelor's degree of arts in history from California State University, Sacramento, and at Lincoln he was on the Dean's Honor Roll. And as you heard a few minutes ago, he received awards for having the highest grade in 5 of his courses. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating valedictorian James Clark.
Well, I guess you've heard the good news. I'm the last person to speak. And so I'll be keeping this relatively short. It's been a long struggle to get here. The motivation for us to pursue this journey came in many forms. For me, I would spend my time reading and rereading old versions of the Voir Dire, the school newspaper. Specifically, I would read what former graduating students would write about their time at Lincoln. And I found many of these meaningful, and I just wanted to go over a few of these. In 2018, Tao Yong wrote, "Not many people will feel this way about law school, but I love law school. And now that it's over, it's a bittersweet feeling." When I read this in my first year, I knew immediately what she meant. 25 years ago, I went to work for a software company called Adobe Systems. It was the best job I've ever had. The best people, and every day I went to work, it was a struggle. I would go into a meeting room, and I was the dim bulb. I was surrounded by geniuses. But every day I learned something new. Every day I struggled, and it was exhilarating. Then I made a career change, and I started working for the state. And for the next 5 or 6 years, every day I would come to work, and I missed working for Adobe Systems. I missed the struggle. I missed the learning. I missed all of it. I just missed it. Then 4 years ago, I started law school, and I didn't miss it anymore. There was a struggle. There was learning. There was the best people, you, the class of 2025, and our amazing professors. It was everything I'd ever wanted. And for that reason, I know I'm going to miss law school. And I think all of you will too, eventually. In the 2021 edition of the Voir dire, David Johnson penned an inspirational poem. In describing his law school journey, he wrote, "The path can be so littered with debris until you can't see the road ahead. Yet through it all, here I stand with the elusive Juris Doctorate in my hand." So littered with debris until you can't see the road ahead. I think we all saw that. We made sacrifices, we cut corners, we created wreckage until we couldn't see the road ahead at times. And oftentimes, it was our family and our friends that came behind us and picked up that wreckage so we could see ahead again. And so now in this time of celebration, we should recognize and celebrate our family members and our friends who made sacrifices for us that we could be here. Thank you to everyone here who helped and support this class. Thank you to all of our professors. And finally, I'm almost done. Matthew Riley from the class of 2019 wrote, "Law school is easy. It's like riding a bike, except the bike is on fire. You're on fire. Everything around you is on fire. But it's where you chose to be." And that analogy of riding a bike through fire, I found that funny and oddly accurate. But that last line, it's where you chose to be. We chose to ride our bikes through fire to finish law school. And that says something about all of you. You're special. You're determined, and you're driven. You understand the value of sacrifice. You understand that on the other side of that field of fire is the potential for greatness, a new life of prosperity, purpose, and meaningfulness. But as Justice Earl recently told us, and as Mike also told us last night, and as the Dean told us a little while ago, and as Carlos also mentioned, there is one more field of fire to ride through, the bar exam. So to the class of 2025, let's celebrate today, but after that, let's hop on our bikes, light the match, and ride through fire one more time. And God be willing, I'll see you all on the other side. So thank you to everyone who helped us here. Thank you to Dean Yurishek. Thank you to the Lincoln Law School administrative staff who made all this possible. Thank you to our amazing professors who led the way. And most of all, thank you to my dear lovely wife for putting up with me for the last 4 years. Thank you.
1,
ask Judge Fiorini to position himself for the next part, the part of the ceremony that you have all been waiting for, the presentation of candidates and degrees. Judge Fiorini, as the recipient of the Professor of the Year, will be presenting the students with their diplomas. Now, some of our graduates are graduating with distinguished honors and are wearing yellow cords. Those honors are summa cum laude, GPA between 3.5 and 4.0, magna cum laude, GPA between 3.3 and 3.49, and cum laude between 3.0 and 3.29. So please come forward when I announce your name. You want to line up at, there we go. All right. Here we go. Sarah Elizabeth Anderson, cum laude. Michael Christopher Bradley, magna cum laude. Craig William Branson, cum laude. And his little one, little two. Jordan Brown. Marina Renee Carpio Ramirez. Tamikia Christie. James Clark, summa cum laude. Angel Marina Finley Cleveland. Michelle Cogswell. Brittany Coleman, cum laude. Emma Leanne Donley. Galena Doris, magna cum laude. Frank Charles Fernandez. Maureen N. Goldie. Karina Lucia Gonzalez. Jordan Humphrey. Zoki Ko, cum laude. Alexandra Lorero, magna cum laude. Taylor Christopher Magaziner and wonderful children. I love seeing the children. Allison Lynn Mason. Taylor Lynn Miles. Radhika Mishra, cum laude. Ryan Patrick Murphy. Colleen Elizabeth Orange. Ray Marie Osborne, cum laude. David Ronald Panchik. Rocio R. Pantoa. Roberto Morano. Carlos Andrew Reyes, summa cum laude. And 2 out of the 3 babies. Kelly Nicole Reyes, cum laude, and the 4th. The 2, yeah, there you go. Kimberly Robinson. Adam Daniel Saldana, cum laude. Jasmine Santa Cruz. Tanya Marie Schafano. Kane J. Slopisky McNally. Lauren Taylor Stokes. Brittany Lane Clara Louise Sullivan. Nadir Mohammed Tahir. Tanya Toma. Angela Valenzuela. Alessandra Rodriguez Valero. I'll wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present you Lincoln Law School graduating class of 2025.